and welcome to You and HU, where every episode we focus on getting you involved in HU. Today we're going to be looking at the HEAT Network's 2 Weeks Notice, a late-night style comedy that happens to be Hofstra's youngest show. Between topical monologues and witty desk bits, this show keeps it fresh every episode. Producers Liam, Maggie, and Joe went into the field to ask comm students what they know about 2 Weeks Notice.
It is a show on the HEAT Network that is a late night comedy type show, and it's super fun.
I know it's one of the newer HEAT shows. It's like 6 years old or something like that.
They interview alumni, they do desk bits. It's a fun show.
I know it's a HEAT Network show, and I know it's really fun, but I actually don't know anything.
I always had a passion for late night television. I came to Hofstra because of all the opportunities that the HEAT Network gave. The one opportunity that it didn't give was a late night show. Of course we had TNL, but that wasn't late night in the sense of like the comedy show and the talk show portion where we actually interview people.
We have an opening monologue, sort of how most late night style is structured, where there's the host does like news jokes in the beginning and just, gets the audience acclimated to the show. There's what we call a desk bit, and there's interviews, and sometimes there's games, and sometimes the guests are characters too. So that can get really fun and wacky.
The show has definitely grown a lot over the past 6 years. We have been able to do full-length specials and get so many different hosts and so many different alumni, and really producing great content and great ideas.
Being the youngest show on HEAT, we have a lot to live up to, so we're really trying to rebrand and think of how we can implement other late night shows into our show, so whether that be musical guests or more comedy bits and things like that.
The changes behind the scenes really, I think, should be attributed a lot to the new producers and head writers of the show. There's a lot of openness to new structures for the show.
We've really tried to expand our set design, our quality, our package production, and everything in between, and try to make it as best as we can be.
This is the first season with an all-female co-host duo, and I think that is really cool. And we both play well off of each other, and it's this sort of new witty kind of dynamic that is really fun. There's still a lot of branding that needs to be done, I think, with like elevating the show.
When Admissions has their open house, 2 Weeks Notice films on Tuesdays and weekends. If they can coordinate, let Admissions know, so Admissions can kind of spread the word and get more prospective students to come and see the show, see the taping. If they eventually do come to Hofstra, these people will understand that 2 Weeks Notice is a legacy here, and they'll want to work on the show, just like how they hear about Thursday Night Live.
I feel though, as far as the content, it certainly is comparable to TNL, and it definitely can be as popular as Thursday Night Live if people gave it a chance and see what we had to offer.
And we're back with producer Joe Gilberto. Hi Joe, can you speak a little bit to your involvement in 2 Weeks Notice?
Of course. So I started my freshman year as a staff writer and PA. There was no need to apply, so it was super easy to get involved. Then sophomore year, I continued as a staff writer, and I was asked in my second semester to shadow to be head writer. And well, here I am now, one of the head writers of 2 Weeks Notice.
That's awesome. Congrats on that. So what do you hope for 2 Weeks Notice to achieve in the future?
I hope that it becomes a legacy. I hope it becomes something like Hofstra Today or Thursday Night Live, where people are excited to get involved and enthusiastic to rise through the ranks and become head writers, producers, and package producers as well.
Well, I'm sure it'll get there.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being on the show today, Joe. This has been our look at 2 Weeks Notice. We hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned and we'll bring you more of You and HU.